Hello, dear fans, friends, and subscribers. Welcome once again to your daily cricket show, Cricket Happenings. Well, on this cricket show, I have to tell you that I wouldn't be able to go into a lot of details because there are a lot of cricket coming in this particular week. So, the first thing that I would be looking at is history is going to be made in world cricket when Afghanistan would become the second country, in the sense after Ireland, who were given test status in 2018. Now it's the turn of Afghanistan, and Ireland definitely, as you know, they gave a scare to Pakistan before Pakistan won the match, and now Afghanistan versus India promises to be a really wonderful clash. And for Afghanistan fans, so the country, it's a sort of a great feeling as they have really worked hard towards it, and finally they have got test status, and Afghanistan are playing the historical first test match against India at Bangalore. So I will definitely talk a lot about it. So that is the first test match which is coming up. So I'll do a brief preview of that. So as I said, today there won't be more details. Probably it will be a skimmer. And other than that, we had a match happening today. The first match of the ODI series, which happened between Australia and England. And I was telling you that it would be difficult for Australia. One could really definitely see that, but England, I thought, really did themselves some harm because they had to really work for the victory. Even though the Australians posted only 214 on the board, it was good to see Glenn Maxwell was the highest scorer, and he has been struggling with some poor form of late, but he got 62, and Australia managed to get to a score of 214. Well, one thought that that score was something that England are going to dismiss it very quickly, but it was not to be. Barring Morgan, who played a wonderful knock of 69, and David Willey, contrary to his nature, had to really grind it out, and finally England in the 44th over, but the victory was not a convincing victory at that, as they lost 7 wickets. But nevertheless, England going 1-0 up in the 5-match series. So it's already started, but as I said, one could definitely feel the absence of two blokes, Stephen Smith and David Warner. As you know, they are two really great impact players for the Australian team over the years. And also there was the second T20 which was played today between Pakistan and Scotland, and Pakistan they made 166 of their 20 overs, and they routed the Scottish batting order for just 82 runs. So they bowled them out for 82, and so that is a match with Pakistan won by 84 runs, and thus just before they leave the shores, they have won the T20 series against Scotland 2-0. So I'll be talking about that in a brief manner. And also the second test between Sri Lanka and West Indies. As you know, Sri Lanka lost the first test match, with West Indies winning, having a big victory there by 246 runs. And now the second test is going to be played at St. Lucia, and Sri Lanka and West Indies. But I have to say that Sri Lanka are really crippled right now, and West Indies would be definitely eyeing their second win, because the news is not really good for Sri Lanka. Angelo Matthews has flown back to Sri Lanka, and Lahiru Gamage has also flown back to Sri Lanka. Lahiru Gamage is the pace bowler, the frontline pace bowler who bowled in the first test match. And also Angelo Matthews, one knows that what he brings to the table, one always knows that, but both are injured, and both have flown back to Sri Lanka, and so that is not good news. So looking at that, I think West Indies are definitely the favourites in the second test as well. And as you know, this is a 2-test series, so it's a matter of West Indies just winning this test match, and that's it. They would have clean swept the series 2-0. So now let's start off. As I said, I'm going to start off with the India-Afghanistan preview. As I said, history is going to be made in cricket when Afghanistan would be the one who would be taking on India at Bangalore. So there's been a lot of hype talk about. One has seen that the Afghanistan captain, Asghar Stanekzai, has sounded very, very confident. He has also gone to the extent of telling that the Afghanistan spinners definitely are much superior to the Indian spinners Jadeja and Ashwin, and one definitely sees some real strength in the words of Asghar Stanekzai, and the challenge is going to be that this particular pitch is having a sort of greenish tinge on the pitch, and that there's likely to be some turn according to the pitch conditions and according to the groundsman. It is probably going to have some moisture early on, so it will definitely assist the pace bowlers or the seamers, but it could even take turn from the third day. So definitely I think this is a battle between the Indian spinners and the Afghanistan spinners, but definitely for Afghanistan, they are, if you look at the team, they are really pretty aggressive players, and you could see the confidence with which Asghar Stanekzai has been giving in his press conferences. So basically, Asghar Stanekzai is sounding very confident, and this is also something which motivates the whole team as well. So he's a great motivator as well, and this would definitely rub on the Afghanistan players. And the spin, as I said, is a very strong forte for Afghanistan. But one knows that Indians are definitely bred on spin, and it will be interesting. Now, Mujibur Rahman has not played any Intercontinental Cup fixtures. He was directly getting into the Under-19 World Cup, and so he's just 17 years of age. So he's getting the first taste, and I'm sure he's a wonderful bowler. And Rashid Khan, one knows that he's a world-class bowler. And then they have the spin of Hamir Hamza or Zahir Khan. Now that depends on who's going to play, but they would definitely, in my reckoning, play three spinners. And India, as you know, the trusted pair of Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. But I can just doing the preview. I think if you look at the Afghanistan squad, Afghanistan coach, as you know, is Phil Simmons, and I'm sure it would have given a lot of confidence to the boys. And Mohammad Shahzad and Javed Ahmadi will open the innings. Rahmat Shah and Mohammad Shahzad is to probably play a sort of a waiting role. Yes, he's definitely capable of that. And Rahmat Shah, when I've seen in the qualifiers, is all that he has a good technique as well. So he's perfectly made for Test cricket, according to me. Asghar Stanekzai, the captain, and then they have Nasir Jamal or Hashmutullah Shahidi. Mohammad Nabi has lots of experience in his thing. Afzal Sazai is the wicket-keeper batsman. So Afzal Sazai will be the one who will be keeping wickets. Spin I've already spoken about. And the pace bowling to me is looking very thin. Now that is a sort of a question mark on this Afghanistan, because they are definitely going with the spin as the mantra. And for the Indian team, which is already bred on spin, one has to really wait and watch as to what happens. But one thing is for sure, that the Indians are not taking the Afghanistans lightly at all, because they know what they are capable of. So that is as far as Afghanistan are concerned, and wish them good luck. As I said, history for Afghanistan is the first ever test that they are playing in their test history after getting the test status, and India are the ones who are hosting them. India, now the problem happens to be that Murli Vijay and Shikhar Dhawan both are good in the same breath. Now it is a sort of a conundrum as to who is going to open the innings with KL Rahul, whether it is going to be Murli Vijay or Shikhar Dhawan. Now that is going to be interesting, and it would be known only at tomorrow when the rival captains come out to toss. Cheteshwar Pujara, it's the rock. We all know Ajinkya Rahane is the one who is leading the side. There's no Virat Kohli. Karun Nair is another one who is perfectly test material. Dinesh Karthik gets his opportunity as a wicket keeper, and he's also in some good fine form as well. And then they have the all-rounder Hardik Pandya, then the spin twins Ashwin and Jadeja, Ishan Sharma, and so as I said, Umesh Yadav. So definitely the Indian pace resources are looking very sharp and very thick here. But Afghanistan, I have to say, their pace department is ill-equipped right now. They are totally banking on spin. But I think it will be a good battle for Afghanistan. As I said, this is their first experience of playing a 5-day match, a 5-day fixture. And as I said, this is the first ever test match in Afghanistan history. And I'm sure they would be the ones who would be extremely excited. Not only them, even the whole country would be. And this is a one-off test which is going to be played. Bengaluru is the one which is getting the taste of it. And I'm sure the Bengaluru crowd are definitely be going there in droves tomorrow to watch this test match on the first day. So that is as far as Afghanistan and India are concerned. The historical test match starting tomorrow. And it is going to be something that one is really waiting to watch as to what really pans out. Okay. Now, the other thing that I would like to talk about is the Australia versus England match. As I said, due to shortage of time, I'm only going to do a skimmer. So, Australians actually won the toss here at the Oval and they put 214. The principal scorer was Glenn Maxwell, who of late one has seen that there has been a lot of question marks over his form. He didn't do well in the IPL, but finally managed to get back his form. So, that is good news for Australia in this ODI series, as Maxwell made 62 of 64 balls, 4 fours and 2 sixes. So it was not looking at the circumstances, the Australians were definitely struggling. Finch was out for 19 of 24 balls, 2 fours. Travis Head was out for 4 balls. So Sean Marsh made 24 of 34 fours. Stoinis making 22 of 32 balls with 1 4. Tim Payne, the captain, went early, 12 of 19, 1 4. Ashton Agar was the other principal contributor along with Glenn Maxwell. He carved 40 runs with 62 balls, 4 fours. M. Nesser was actually making his debut and he was out for just 6 runs. Andy Ty made 19 of 20 with 2 fours and 1 6. Richardson won 214 all out, which definitely did not look like a good score at all. The wicket takers, Moeen Ali had 3 for 43, bagged up the man of the match award as well. He bowled very well, he bowled in the right areas and he fought the Australian batsman. 2 for 36 for Rashid, did a fine job. 3 for 42 for Liam Plunkett, 3 overs none for 20 for Root, 8 overs 141 Willie, and 8 overs 1 maiden 1 for 32. Now England, 215, one thought that it was not something that was going to bother them, but I have to say that the Australian bowlers bowled well. Billy Stanlake, in the very first over, he knocked off Jason Roy by getting him clean bowled for naught. And then Barristow cracked a quick fire 28 of just 23 deliveries with some brilliant drives and pull shots. He was out 28 of 23 with 6 fours. Alex Hales bowled fine. In fact, Nesser got his maiden one-day international wicket when he picked up the wicket of Alex Hales, LBW for 5. And then the recovery job, the resuscitation was given from 38 for 3 by the pair of Morgan, the captain, and Joe Root, the test captain. And both really chiseled together a partnership. They took their time, they were in no hurry, and they knew that they had a job to do, and that's what they precisely did. They thrusted the score to 153, with Morgan's contribution being 69 of 74, 11 fours. Joe Root making 50 of 71 balls, 4 fours. Butler 9, and then there was a bit of a stutter. They were 197 for 7 in the 39th over. There were still some runs to get, but David Willey was there, who was playing a sort of a knock that he's not supposed to. In the sense, he was someone who was really playing in a sedate fashion, but nevertheless he was there till the end and finally drilled a 6 in the 44th over to complete the win for England, but not a very convincing win from England, one could say. Willie was not out on 35, 41 deliveries, 5 fours, 1 6. Plunkett not out 3, 218 for 7. That is the end of it. Stanley 2 for 44. And Nesser on his debut, 8 overs, 1 minute, 2 for 46. Richardson, 9 overs, 1 minute, 49. Ty, 2 for 42. I got 5 overs, none for 28. Maxwell, 2 overs, none for 9. Moeen Ali was given the man of the match for his brilliant bowling when he picked up some vital Australian scouts. And other than that, the second T20 which happened between Pakistan and Scotland was something that Pakistan won it in a very easy fashion. They won the match by 84 runs. Pakistan batted first and posted 166 of their 20 overs. And as far as the Pakistan card was concerned, not going into any of those details, they had an aggressive knock-off from Fakhar Zaman at the top of the order, 33 of 25, delivered 6 fours. Other than that, Shahzad made 24 of 22, 1 4, 2 sixes, 17 of 19 to Hussain Talat with 1 4, Sarfaraz Ahmed 14 of 13, 1 4. But Shoaib Malik once again showed that what a good hitter he can be, as he was there till the end to see to it that Pakistan collected a total which was competitive at 166 for 6. Malik's contribution was an unbeaten 49 of just 22 balls, as he struck 5 sixes and 1 4 as he did in the previous match. The only difference being that he did not get to a 50, but he got Pakistan to a comfortable 166 for 6. Sharab Khan was out for 17 of his many balls with 1 4, Asif Ali for naught. Now, as far as the bowling was concerned from the Scottish bowlers, Lee Squaws had the best figures of 4 overs, 3 for 31, 2 wickets for 38 for Soul, 1 for 25 for Ward. The spinners, I thought, did a wonderful, once more, Ward showing that he's someone who is really improving every match there, and Ward, the spinner. And Scotland were given a target, but they definitely struggled there. The top was blown off pretty quickly, as both the openers, Munshi and Kurzer, were sent back by Usman Khan early in the piece to the pavilion for 0 and 1 respectively. Berrington making 20 of 15, 2 fours, 1 6, but Callum MacLeod stayed there, and he was the highest scorer, but he could not really kick on. He was out for 25, 27 deliveries, 2 fours, and then it became increasingly difficult. Budge was out for 4, Lees 9, Cross 5, Sharif 10, 1 4, 1 to Watt, and as I said, they started collapsing, and they were bowled out for just 82 runs for Pakistan to close the series 2-0. Usman Khan, 2 overs, 2 for 4, was very impressive. 4 overs, 1 for 35 for Nawaz, 2 overs for none for 18 for Hassan Ali. Fahim Ashraf was superb, 2.4 overs, no maiden, 5 runs, 3 wickets, 1 for 19. Usman Khan was named man of the match. Now, as I said, the second test, which is coming up between Sri Lanka and West Indies tomorrow at St. Lucia. As you know, West Indies are 1-0 up in the 2-test series. Is the final test match, and one has to say that Sri Lanka, who are under immense pressure after losing the first test match, are going to be under increasing pressure here to see to it that they could do anything, because they have lost Angelo Matthews and Lahiru Gamage, who have flown back to Sri Lanka with an injury, and that is, as I said, it's not good news. It is something that would cripple the Sri Lankan team much further. So definitely the owners, Dhananjay De Silva, is getting an opportunity now. As you know, he has come to. I'm sure after losing his father in a very tragic incident there in Sri Lanka, Dhananjay De Silva, one knows that he's a very talented bloke, but whether he's able to how he's able to come up to terms remains to be seen. One can understand that as well. So Kushal Mendes is the one on whom everything would revolve, and then Dinesh Chandimal is the other one. So definitely all the Sri Lankan players have to really come to the fore, and then one does not know what really lies in store. As I said, Sri Lanka is someone who are really crippled after the news of Matthews and Gamage being flown down to Sri Lanka. So West Indies, I don't think that they would be making any changes in their lineup. West Indies definitely would retain the winning combination, and they would like to take this particular process further by winning the 2-test series 2-0. Well, the only change in Sri Lanka, two changes. One is Dhananjay De Silva coming in for Matthews, and Akila Dhananjaya, the spinner, comes into the mix as he was not there in the first Test match. So he would be taking the place of Lairu Gamarige. So basically, their pace resources once again are looking thin with only Lairu Kumara and Suranga Lakmal to share the new ball. There's no Angelo Matthews, so there's no one who's going to be a sort of a first change bowler, and then they immediately getting into the spinners Rangana Herath and Akila Dhananjaya. Well, dear fans and subscribers, as I said, there were a lot of cricket coming up this week and further, and it's about time for me to bid you all a very good night on this cricket show. Thank you.